Remember the brief about making messes, not pinning it on us, all that stuff? Guess it was Opposites Day out there. Don't say anything. I'd have to act like it wasn't incriminating. Oh, I understand. Things get out of hand when you're all up in an insane, undying tyrant's grill. Happened to us before with Ozymandias. But we are so off Orochi's Christmas card list. Our agenda for absolute global influence can accommodate some wiggle room, but this is a blip. A significant blip. In time, when these events have been redacted, we'll look back and make office jokes. Right now, the high-ups want you terminated. Renelle, it's rude to point.
Lady, way to blow the element of surprise. Do you know how hard it is to kill these guys?
Oh yes, intimately. I take responsibility for calling it off. I just freed up your day. Go catch a movie, or polish your anti-tank rifle. Whatever you do to chill out.
You have no authority over me, you know that, don't you? The magician's only answer to the committee.
Honey, would you say this looks like my care face?
Oh, okay. Guess it might be true what they say about you having balls under that skirt. No hard feelings.
I think we could both use some me time. Don't go off the grid.
Your favorite elected official here, Senator Cicero. Little Bird just told me you're in danger of spending some time in the doghouse, or possibly the cemetery. Take it from me, Gary's not gonna catch another bullet for you, so you might want to get proactive and show him you're someone they can't do without. Or put down. Come by my office. I'm sure we can agree on a mutually beneficial arrangement. I heard you the first time, Aaron. I see. Miss Mollard, my apologies. Look, I am not a child, all right? You don't have to She put me on fucking hold. And I have a meeting at the club with a 30-year-old single malt and a 22-year-old bombshell. But then Aaron fucking Mollard, that tight-ass bitch, decides she's gonna be that big infected pimple on the diseased cock that has been my day. Orders me around like I'm some fucking pool boy. With all due respect, Miss Mahler, what is it you think I do? I can't get access to those files. No, okay, I am going to explain something to you that I quite honestly thought a woman of your intelligence would have a solid grasp of already. For every me on the Senate, the Orochi have 10. We can't direct the Orochi to do anything they don't want to do, and any bill to the contrary would get voted off the agenda in a second. They own our collective asses. They play with a different set of rules than the rest of us. I wish I knew how they did it. I could learn a trick or two. No, I don't. Short of sending someone into their offices and physically lifting the files off the Orochi mainframe, I don't see how that's possible. No. We certainly wouldn't like that. All right. Look, I'll see what I can do. What strings I can pull down in Washington. Well, fuck me. I am fucked, bitch. Okay, silver lining? I think I just found a way to get both our asses out of the doghouse. Maybe for good this time.
I want to encourage you to take a hands-on approach with data theft. From your end, it's just plug and play. We'll handle the details.
Intruder detected. Perimeter defenses activated.
Veni, vidi, vici. Like a fucking Roman emperor, I stand unscathed as the dust settles once more. No small thanks to you, by the way. That was quite the pickle you got me out of. Yep, no gospel choir of repressed fucking sissies is gonna take down the mighty Cicero. The press has been trying to nail me to the cross for years, but the good people of Michigan won't hear of it. As long as nobody can prove anything, I'll dial up that Midwestern charm to 11 and stick to the story. It wasn't me. And there's my God-given gift. They believe me every fucking time. I own public opinion, and I can make anyone believe anything. As long as there's no actual proof to the contrary. And that, my friend, is why you guys need me around. You'll get away with anything. With murder. Quite literally. So let's you and I set up another meeting sometime. We can talk about favors I might need and how when it's all over we'll stand victorious. Still loved and adored by our constituents.
You look like you want to ask something. Don't. I caught a bullet for you. And people like you. Because you're an instigator. Yes, people have their place. They make neat dogs, but sometimes we need instigators. There's a war starting out there, and the Illuminati don't fight wars. Our fingers got burned too many times in the past. Now we work wars, make them an aspirational concept for other guys to buy into. Supply and demand. Our demands. That's where you come in. From the data you stole, we've been clued in on a major Orochi operation in Eastern Europe. Get this, the backwoods of Transylvania. I know, right? Didn't even think that was a real place. The thing is, we're out of the loop, and that's really not a good look for me, or the company as a whole. Time to step up. The situation is perfect. It's the Stone Age, dial-up internet out there. What happens in Vampire Country stays in Vampire Country.
You're a long way from home, and not quite dressed for the occasion. Your superiors, they did explain it is cold in the Carpathians, huh? No matter. First we deal with the vampires, then the frostbite. Do not presume you know what to expect from vampires, from your movies, your games. The reality is dirtier. There is no superstition in my homeland, only reality. We grow up knowing to fear the night. Now the night fears me. Strange how life turns out. This valley was a refuge for all creatures. The forbidden, the lost, the forgotten. Such things whispered of in my grandmother's time. Today, it is a battlefield. I wonder, who would upset such a sanctuary? It is a very convenient crisis, if something needed to be buried out here, or unearthed. But the Council does not ask me to think, only to rally the troops. You see, the air is thick with stories on smoke. You should follow both to their sources. We make a big deal of folk tales. One brought me love. It's a sweet story, you know. Another blinded my eye. Not so sweet. Let's see what fortune they have for us now. Is this not what you signed up for? To play a part in a medieval siege, like in old history? The villagers say the walls of Harba Boreshti, held against the Golden Horde, the Templars, the Soviets. A peaceful resistance. A nice idea. Between you and I, that won't work again. In siege, the attackers starve out the defenders. Is it not true? Here, the attackers are starving. The blood hunger drives them, hard and strong. They will not stop. A single vampire killed 30 people in Cluj-Napoca, where I come from. One night, one vampire. It now sleeps under a churchyard with an iron spike through its skull. We do not have enough soil in the churchyard or iron in the houses to seal all of these away. I've done the math. Look how the ghouls are gathering for the feast, sniffing out the dead and the abandoned. Yet, the walls still hold. Some old saint or miracle smiles down on this village for us to have made it this far. I should like to drink to his health.
Salut.
Hello, please take a seat. Can I get you something to drink? Go on, take a seat.
I do believe our guests receive their sustenance from more arcane waters, Lady Sophie.
Don't mean they don't drink ale, do it? It's on the house for as long as it lasts. Please forgive Mr. Staghead. He's not in the best of moods, poor thing. Having lost home and hearth.
Home, hearth, my kingdom, the forest. All of it succumbed to parasites. To filth. Our world is coming apart at the seams. The end is folding in on us.
No more drink for you, sweet. You only get melancholy, and we don't need that now. Not when you're about to help me with the ad.
Her skin radiant, pure and white as winter's dawn over Arcadia lost. She is Eve, born of the earth, not of man. Plump as a ripe apple, fruitful and fertile.
Plump? Fertile? Oh, thanks very much. That'll just scare men off, sweet. He's dying. It's a distraction for him. For me too, in lieu of better and brighter days. I'd like to get out someday. Even if I could leave right now, I wouldn't. He's kind. They need us. To believe. To remember. To fight. This is all they have. These fields and forests and mountains. They've nowhere else to go. The world out there is not for them.
Here will soon be no more. My people are abandoning our sacred lands, leaving only the dead to go to Earth and the disease to spread. The power of the forest is on the wane, and a shadow falls over us all.
This has always been a special place. A place of strong magic. I've run with fairies since I could run. The forest people protected us as long as we left their lands alone. It was the law. The Strigoi, the bloodsuckers, they don't respect the law.
There is a dark and infinitely malevolent force behind this siege. It is a ruse concealing some fearful machinery restarted. It brings forth memories of dark times befalling us countless seasons ago, and of those who rose up against the endless night. The dragon, the eagle, the owl.
Oh, I've heard this story also from my mom. She used to sing a beautiful song. La 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 la. Rum. I'm afraid I wouldn't know how to sing it in English. On karaoke night, I just listen. Everyone's okay with that.
The forces of darkness are stronger than ever, and those who stand against them are weakened by centuries and forgetfulness, bitterness, and the embrace of the grave. No matter how many of you there are, with your modern magic and your steel weapons, you cannot defeat this evil. Not without their help.
The owl, the eagle, and the dragon? The dragons died a long time ago. Eagles, there are plenty of up in the mountains, but none here. Owls, though, I've seen owls. There's one in particular I see often in the village. He hoots at me. I think it's a friendly owl. So, what do you have so far? Her bosom soft as... Oh, sweet. There's just no way I'm filling your mug again.
Lilith's children are rising. You've been following me. Why is that, eh? Never mind, never mind. I know why you're here. You know anything about these pewters? It's not doing what I need it to do. Even a wrinkled apple can be fresh on the inside. When I was born, we had miracle machines that make this look like a Stone Age tool. And they were a damn sight easier to use, too. No, just leave it. I'll figure it out eventually. And you've more important matters to attend to. Yes, I am the owl you're looking for. But I'm afraid I don't have much in the way of answers. I'm going to tell you the same thing I've told the others. This has all happened before. Oh, yes. Vlad was the one who defeated Mara, the vampire queen. Can't tell you how, because he's been dead for half a millennium. And he neglected to tell me. But he did leave me something of his. I reckon he left a part of himself behind before he passed on, and I also reckon you'll be needing his help to take care of Mara. I never could make much sense of the man, but then he is human, and I'm not. He left it for someone like you, someone who could stand up to her. I've held on to it for 500 years. I have a long memory. That thing isn't all Vlad left. He left behind a legacy, his own little army. The Draculesti have suffered much in the 5 centuries since his death, but they are still around. In fact, they have recently come back. I've seen them in the forest. That lovely girl who uses her looking glass to spy on the vampires, and the strapping circus boy. But the one you really need to speak with is Milosh, their king. He came to pay his respects when the Draculesti arrived. I liked that. Though he did speak too much and too loudly. Not a trait you share with him, I'm happy to say. If anyone knows what Vlad Dracula had prepared for Mara's inevitable rebirth, it'd be the Draculesti. The news of her return are disturbing. They herald something dark. There is great power in these mountains, and Mara seeks it. It was never simply what's on the surface with her. And I believe this vampire crusade is more of a vampire charade. But that's neither here nor there. First, you should put your mind to that thing. Someone needs to. Now, shoo! I'm going to see if I can't get this pewter to do what I want it to do.
To come to this valley, it is like a holy pilgrimage for my clan, for the Draconists. Milosh, he says this place is our homeland, but he was born on the roads, just like all of us. He means that our order began here. The Order of Dracula, the dragon.
What's the matter, sweet?
Another of my limbs ravaged, amputated. They are savage butchers, the vampires, and they have no care for this earth. They only want to see it destroyed. For what purpose? What will be left for them to rule over? Ashes.
It's been like this since the Dark Crusade began. For all of us. But for them in particular. The forest folk feel the intrusion and the destruction like it's part of them being torn off. I don't think they act with any thought, the Strigoi. They don't have a vision for a world after their war. They only want to feed on us until there's nothing left.
Then let them try. They will find no nourishment in my veins, only pain and death. Every part of me is the opposite of them, and I am poison to their kind. The forest is my body. The trees my arms, twigs and branches my fingers. Through them I touch the earth, the air and the water, and I read them as a bat reads the night. The vampires, they're tearing away my senses one by one. But they can still be restored, regrown, and through them I can see past the scorched earth and bring the battle to our enemy.
He's talking about protecting magic trees.
Your command of language never ceases to amaze me, Lady Sophie.
That's why we're such a good team, sweet.
Mercy.
You should perhaps ingest some of your own brew to make the mind pictures fade.
But I'm working, sweet. I can't drink at work. It'll pass. It always does. Sorry, I didn't see you. Was just taking a break. I'm sensitive to pain. Not my own, other people's pain. People I know and those people I don't know too, but at least only people. The Strigoi, the bloodsuckers, vampires. I don't empathize with them. Their pain does nothing to me. Them I...
Who was it this time? Who fell? Every day another falls. So many have succumbed to the vampires and to other darker things deep in our old forest. There is no safe place for any of us any longer. Not even from humans who ought to know the law.
First few days, I could barely stand up. There was death everywhere. People I've known my whole life. Villagers, farmers, my own family.
They are at rest now, Sophie. In the woods on the other side. There they run with the deer through the glades and soar with the birds into the clear blue sky.
Not everyone. Not all of them. Some deaths are incomplete. Some dead are restless and they rummage in my head. Like they're looking for something, pulling open drawers and closets. I feel them knocking about. There was much that happened down there, on the farms, when the vampires came. Horrible, horrible things. Death isn't the worst thing someone can do to you. Make sure you watch out for the dead as well as the undead when you're out there. The dead that walk are bothersome, but the dead that don't, they have stories to tell, and we need to listen.
Comrades, a revolution is impossible without a revolutionary situation. We have been driven from our homes, from our birthlands by imperialists. Imperialists with fangs. We stand before a capitalistic, vampiric army bent on sucking the people dry for their own private profit. We must organize. We must revolt. They are resistant to change. But change is being thrust upon us whether we want it or not. My own kind is the worst. The Blagini do not realize that what serves society will serve them also. We've been isolated for too long. I have read the works of Marx and Lenin. I understand that without a revolutionary theory, there cannot be a revolutionary movement. Revolutions are the locomotives of history. But locomotives also need passengers, and we are a bit thin in that department. I have put a message to my people on the magic tape to let them know that they may come out of hiding and follow you, that you will protect them and bring them to this shelter. They will do so because they are sheep. I want to teach them to think for themselves, but until then it is good that they are sheep. Sometimes history needs a tiny nudge in the right place. Abolish all private property! Fairies of the world, unite! Urmatezza persona chiobanda magica!
Few in this village have a taste for killing. What do they know of blood? Childbirth, the pig slaughter, a cut from splintered wood. I know of blood. So they look to me. Yorgu the soldier, they say. Yorgu, who has a violence in his eyes. They are wrong. I am not soldier. I am hunter. A soldier, he makes war in the open. The hunter, he stalks shadows. He is tireless and shows no mercy. He learns of the weakness in his prey, animal or man. And then he strikes on that weakness. That is his weapon. Not the rifle, not the knife. Look out there at those creatures. Those strigoi. They are bold and walk under the sun. They have no fear of war. If we let them come to us, we are forced to fight as soldiers, and we will lose. A soldier will only hold off a hungry pack of dogs for so long. This I know well. Like the hunter, we must watch them, track them, learn their ways. Then hunt them like diseased animals. They want blood, so we give them blood.
I lose count of how many all-night vigils it has been. What runs dry first, I wonder? Black coffee or faith?
Faith.
The coffee. My church accommodates many miracles, many mysteries. And in a town like this, it needs to. The workings of God are not always obvious, but we learn to see them in all things.
All things?
All. Feet off the pews. Buried in the graveyard, there are both villagers and also the Soviets who worked here in the past. Not a past to be proud of. But sins can be repented, and everyone is entitled to their eternal rest. Then the ghouls came from their pits, digging up the graves, gorging on the dead. I considered how we fast to regain our innocence, and I believe this is a universal truth.
Yes, I starve, but I am as pure as the Carpathian snow.
Perhaps in time it will erode your temperament, huh? I believe to deny their ghouls their foul banquet will calm them and bring peace, at least to this small sanctuary. There are many things put beneath Earth that should remain beneath Earth. Oh, present company accepted, of course.
Well played, Father. You have fangs, after all. My, what do we have here? A hero, come to fight the villains. Your pulse is quickening. I taste it.
Please do not lead our visitors into temptation, Hastatian. This is a chapel.
Of course it is, Father. We are men of code and conduct. I would not outstay your welcome, or your gods.
You know that I ask for his mercy on all the living, and the dead.
With a Wampiri army at your door, you might save your prayers. If this is what passes for an army, undisciplined, without honor, dogs yapping for meat, rolling in their own piss and shit to please their mistress. Forgive me, Father.
Be sure I'll add it to your list.
The ones who lead them and wear the uniforms of generals, traitors to this land, every one of them. Those who would wipe their fangs on the Romanian flag should be careful someone does not smash them out. Even someone like you. You are too weak to destroy a Blood Elder, but you could wound them. To reform a Wampiri body from dust is a long and agonizing process.
So in their next lives they might strive to be without sin.
So in their next lives, they learn to fear the stake.
You'd think a lovely old lady like me would have no enemies. Well, when you've been around for as long as I have, you're bound to make some. Most are long dead. Some, unfortunately, are as long-lived as I am. Say hoot! Why is this little wheel pointing to food? I can't ever seem to make things sharp. Those Third Age hollow imagers were so much easier to use. The Vampire Queen sees me as either a threat or an annoyance, I'm not sure which, but she wants to get rid of me. I thought I'd be extra annoying and send her a photograph. Oh well, I can always make a swift getaway. But I'm needed here. I'm protecting more than my tree against Lilith's children. If I flee, it won't be long before they all fall, and that'll cause trouble everywhere. They're making your life easier, though, gathering in one place like that. Just the sort of thing we need for a preemptive strike. And I'll see if I can't dig up some other device to capture your moment of glory. Do you really think if I had a choice in the matter, I'd be holed up in this old oak for hundreds of years? Well, maybe I would at that. But at least I'd have a choice. I could have moved to Paris or Barcelona, gone to the movies, eaten some proper cooking, fed the ducks in the park, and seen how the world's been getting on. I'd have had a choice. But I have no choice. I need to stay. Keep an eye out for trouble here. And trouble just found us. I watched what happened on the pewter. When they blew a hole through the world in Tokyo, it stirred up trouble here. I'd been having my hands full since. The Deathless. Lilith always knew how to torture me. And I always knew how to put a stop to her shenanigans. I'm not sure what she's up to these days, but I'm sure it's no good. No good at all. By the time I got here, Lilith already had her little cult of worshippers. She made them immortal. That's her power. But I managed to bind them. For as long as I stay around. But they're straining against their bonds now, Lilith's servants, all of them everywhere. We'll just have to start here, with the Deathless, while there's still time. You don't have to drink that. It's execrable. Thousands of years, and I never learned to cook a good pot of tea.
All vampires have the same weakness. That makes them vulnerable. They might live forever, but without blood, they're harmless. Every day they need to drink, and once they've run through the wild game, they need to rely on field rations, so to speak. Most of them are mongrels, lowest of the low, willing converts to undeath. They've been recruited from the ranks of criminals and misfits, promised eternal life and glory in exchange for a life in darkness. Some are older, stronger, centuries old, clever too, and they're real tough to put down. And then you got your pure breeds. They've been around since the dawn of things, since the night grew fangs. I'd not last 5 seconds in that fight. So I have to be smarter than them, more resourceful. It's taken me a while to find the right mix, but I think I got it now. I just haven't been able to get close enough to give it the proper test run. Tell you what, seeing as you're pretty much immortal your own self, I'll let you have the honors. Cool as a cucumber, aren't you? Thought you Secret World folks knew how to take care of yourself. Or is it simply that your skin is so thick fangs don't pierce them? Are you so powerful now? You believe you're immortal? So did that one. I got no love for your world, or for you. We just happen to ride the same boat across these stormy seas. I'm down in steerage with the common people, but you, well, you're riding first class with the royalty of the Secret World, aren't you? Oblivious to the ripples you make by throwing rocks from the top deck. Ripples that end up killing innocents. There's a nest of vamps and I don't know what up on that farm. I've been hearing screams and other sounds like nothing you ever want to hear again. Now I know my limits. I hunt vampires only, and I hunt them alone, on account of not having skin as thick as yours. I stay quiet and invisible. And that's how I live to see tomorrow. If you got a single shred of dignity left, you go up there and face the consequences of your actions. You take care of this. You look them in the eye and you come to terms with what your secret world is doing to us all. Or so help me God. When this is all over, I will hunt you down my own self.
$20, $23, $30 strigoi. Huh. For this nest, I think we are going to need bigger flamethrowers. It is not nice to spy on someone who is spying. At least you are not one of them. That means I don't have to kill you. That is what I am. A killer of strigoi. You know strigoi? Upir. Vampire. Vampires. They have many names. There is more written about them than they deserve, but I have read it all. Most important thing in war is to know your enemy. I am Draconist, and we have been at war with strigoi since before I was born. We hunt them, they hunt us. It is a dance we do. No resting. Too little time for planning. But plans are important. I work hard to convince the men of my tribe, don't fight blind. Take time for preparation. They say, Zaha, with her nose always in books, always making plans, silly girl. That is why I go alone. For time to think and to plan. Here, look. See the strigoi in their nest. See what they guard well. We can use it. See where they guard not so well. We can use that too. It is thrifty to prepare today for the wants of tomorrow. Aesop. I have a library card.
Ils ont tué mon frère, putain! Mon petit frère chéri!
Je sais, c'est horrible.
Mais tais-toi! T'as pas pu t'empêcher de lui mettre le grappin dessus! The two of them, sneaking off at night to play their little game of touche pipi.
Céline, s'il te plaît! Laurent, her brother, was killed by wolfmen, and she blames me.
Parce que tu penses qu'à ça, bordel! Il serait encore en vie si tu...
We were together, me and Laurent. We were in love. We wanted to tell her, but we were afraid she will lose it. But it was Laurent, not me, who insisted we come to Romania. He was so excited. He was the one who wanted to see the windmill, to spend the night in that cabin, to take the midnight walk, the two of us alone. I didn't think. I was caught in the moment.
Forcément, t'es complètement taré de la tête.
How could I have known? The wolves came from everywhere. We ran back to the cabin and he was right behind me. Then he wasn't. We returned here, we shouted his name. Céline lost her phone, we couldn't call him. And we haven't heard from him since.
Allez, il n'y a plus que nous deux maintenant. Comme avant.
Les loups-garous, c'est pas une espèce en voie de disparition, hein?
Non, si!
Je sais bien que tu m'écoutes pas, mais fais gaffe!
De quoi? Mais j'entends rien!
Very adulte. Céline, she never lets anything go. She's like my big tough sister, watching out for petite Aurélie. She said that if ever a boy will break my heart, she will break his arm. He did, and so she did, in two places.
Une petite danse? À qui le tour?
It was my idea that we need a long holiday. It was her brother's idea that we came here. See the Carpathians. Experience the beauty. Hey, cocotte! Attention! This may
maybe is a stupid question, but do you believe a place can be magic? Magic you feel in the air, that pulls at you, makes you lose your mind, burns like the first kiss, beautiful and horrible. It tells you that you can do anything, that consequences don't matter. It's romantic, no? The old windmill, it feels like that. Like magic. Like love. A place of safety, but danger also. We weren't the only ones drawn to it. The wolfmen came. So many wolves. Hungry, crazy, insatiable. So we armed ourselves. You know what the story says about wolves and pretty young girls.
Quoi?
Milosh is expecting you. Don't let your eyes wander when you speak with Emilia. Milosh will cut them out and serve them to you. Welcome.
Hi there. My father is expecting you. Zaha told us, Mihas too, that you were coming. He should be around here somewhere.
No!
Please?
No!
We'll do anything.
No! You will do anything?
Well, almost anything.
I see. Almost anything.
We just want to help. We're so bored and...
Bored. You're bored. My light. I expected more from you. And as for you, young man, if you are ever going to become the leader you need to be, you must not waver when challenged, or do something simply because you are bored. You need to learn discipline and patience. And the answer is no!
Father!
And if I see either of you skirting your duties today, I will make you wish you had not been born. Ha! At last! The chosen one is here.
Father, please.
I'm just telling a joke. You're not the first to come here seeking glory and riches, and you will not be the last. All of you so eager to be the great hero, to defeat the darkness. Let me tell you about darkness. We Draculesti have been fighting vampires since Vlad Dracula himself founded our order. Half a millennium and change, and many generations of slayers. Now the Kakat is hitting the ventilator again. A great evil is rising, a storm is coming, and so on and so on. Ah, I say, business as usual. Another day at the office, is that not what you say back in the real world? You can keep your oracles and your prophecies. We believe in what we can see and touch and fight. But there is just one thing. The difference is... this time, the prophecies may be accurate. I do not like prophecies. I find them counterproductive. If everyone believes the future is already written, they stop fighting, they stop caring. But the Draculesti, we were founded on prophecy. Some things are foretold, and we were once told about the return of a vampire queen, and of darker things. That is why we are here now. Prophecies are usually worthless, but there are things written in signs and symbols that may be of great value. We should never ignore the lessons of the past. And in this case, the past is still very much with us, around us. I wish I could tell you more. All I know is that it looks and it feels like everything is in place for what was foretold to come to pass. We are few, and our task is simply to do what we know to do, and nothing more. We need help. The Draculesti were founded on prophecy, and that prophecy remains with us, in signs and symbols. I am not one for riddles, but you seem like the right person for the job.
Watch where you're stepping. There are precious plants here you can't even see with the naked eye. We've got wolf's blood and king's foil, moly and raskovnik. There's even... What do you have? Come on, let's see it. It's got him curious and me doubly so. I didn't take you for a prophecist. You don't look the part. Besides, this is not so much a prophecy as it is... I knew he brought me here for a reason. And not just to read the palms of those gypsies. Sorry, the Draculesti. They're fiercely proud, and this tells their story. It's interesting. And what I find the most interesting is what it doesn't say. All right, I'm not forgetting about you. Quite. I guess that's why we're here also. Always a good reason, never immediately obvious. I'd say this one is pretty clear, however. She who once loved and fell will rise again. The hand that held her heart will prove her bane. Well, clear-ish, as these things go. There's plenty of references to the three. The owl, the eagle, and the dragon. The three warriors stood bravely together in war. By oath, they were bound to the 60 and 4. The owl I reckon you're familiar with. I know nothing about the eagle, but the third. The dragon, Vlad Dracula himself, is past due to be brought back from the Apasambetai from beyond death. Ought to be interesting seeing what history is made of him. In my trade, you quickly learn to distrust historians. What I do know is that he famously fought his lover-turned-vampire Mara, but he was unable or unwilling to destroy her completely. Love. Such a lamentable thing. I've learned to stay far away. We do know that Mara is back and in charge of a vast army of vampires, though her true purpose lies somewhere in the mountains beyond our understanding. And he who held her heart, Dracula, is the only one who can banish her again. Apa Vie and Apa Moarta, the water of life and the water of death, two halves of a circle to be mixed with Apa Sambete. I can only assume they'll trigger a chemical reaction of sorts to bring back his life force from the world ocean where it's been floating for all these years. Like a seed. It's almost like working with my flowers, making something grow and bloom from almost nothing. Apa Vie, the light of the morning, Apa Moarta, the final forewarning, joined at his tomb to bring the dragon to life, so that he may put an end to his bitch of a wife. I'm paraphrasing, of course.
You're not wrong. It is clear enough now that this prophecy concerns us. Kukovea the owl and the dragon. Dracula. But the eagle... There is nothing in our history about an eagle.
It's a Roman eagle. Father...
I thought I told you to stay away from him, Emilia.
He's a good man.
He's a man.
He's old. He's... really old.
Ha! That did not stop your mother.
I'm going to stop listening to you now. There is a man who lives in the mountains nearby. Octavian. This eagle is all over his house. It's carved into door frames, hung on walls. He carries a medallion. It's everywhere. The Roman eagle.
Not this nonsense again.
Octavian has spoken about arriving here with Roman legionnaires almost 2,000 years ago.
Bah! He is lying!
And you know this because it's not like he'd be the first immortal I ever met. Or ever will meet.
Fine, fine. There is an infinite supply of immortals, but Octavian is not one of them. He's just a sad old man who likes the company of...
Of what? Of what, Papa? Come on, say it.
Forget it.
Say it.
I'm a beautiful girl. Young woman.
That's all, is it? That's the only reason him and I are friends? Not because I'm intelligent or courteous or friendly or interesting, but because I'm young and pretty.
No, this is not at all what I meant. Sweet daughter of mine.
Don't even. And don't talk to me ever again!
Oh, Gaia cursed me with daughters and no sons. Oh, at least the rest of them are married off and have escaped this life. I hate to admit it, but she is often right. She's smart. Smarter than me. And if there was any justice, she would take on my mantle when I pass. But the law is the law, and only a male heir can wear this crown. We don't actually have a crown, it's a metaphorical one. I would not waste my time with this Octavian character. Even my daughter, bless her heart, makes mistakes, and he is one of them. He's a bitter and lonely old man who spins tales to win the favors of a young woman. He cannot possibly be your eagle. You will have to keep looking, I'm afraid. There is nothing more I can tell you. And now to do a father's duty and apologize for being an ass. Emilia! Emilia! Your father has been a royal fool!
Come for the eagle, have you? He left a long time ago. Go on, off with you. Find someone else to pester and let me sleep. Why won't you let an old man simply rest in peace? The irony of immortality. I've been 70 years old for near on 2 millennia, with every ache and pain that comes with it. Lilith knew exactly how to make me suffer. And then there's bloody Dracula and his bloody Draculesti. She cursed me with immortality, he with responsibility. I've been waiting since he passed. The fate of this world, he said, in my hands. Well, fuck that. Fuck the world. Fuck Dracula and Mara and Lilith. Fuck everyone trying to turn the earth into their own twisted paradise. I know Emilia means well, the sweet girl. But she's as cursed with the innocence of youth as I am with the bitter taste of old age. I've had enough of it, and I only want to be left be. There's nothing worth saving in this world, and perhaps the end of it will also see an end to my curse. Perhaps the death of everything will allow me to finally... What we do in life echoes in eternity.
But what if your life is eternal? What becomes of the echoes? I'll tell you. They thunder and roar. They become deafening reminders of your failures. They remind you that you once stood with the blood of murdered friends on your hands, and that it was all for naught. And when you've listened long enough, you realize there's no absolution, no redemption, no point to any of it. So don't tell me how we can change the world and how I am needed. This world has nothing left to offer me. Nothing worth saving. And I couldn't care less if it all burned. Just leave me alone.
Thank you for saving me, Octavian. I thought you believed that nothing was worth saving.
I'm not without a heart, Emilia.
No. I know that you're not heartless. You're good.
I just don't see the point of fighting anymore.
Even if it's just to save one person's life, it's worth the fight. It's worth the pain and the suffering. It's worth the sacrifices. If you can love one person and protect that person, then your life has been worth living.
And if it's all destined to happen again, what then?
Then someone else will stand up and fight. And someday, maybe the circle is broken and we win and move on. Maybe this is that time. Then maybe not. But even if it isn't, we keep fighting. To give others the chance to live and die and love and fight. Let them decide whether or not their existence is pointless. I think you'll find that most of them will choose to live and love and fight. I would. I want that choice. And if you can give us that choice, even if you've given up all hope, you should.
I've kept it for so long, even after I stopped believing in it. He gave it to me for safekeeping. Vlad said I'd know when to use it, when the time was right again. This is for her, not for you or what you represent, but for her and what she represents. She's right. The circle may be broken yet, but if not this time, you'll need to head up into the mountains. They're digging again, deeper than ever. And whatever is happening down there, it's a ruse. Mara is planning something big. The end of this world. This is our last chance. Of that, I'm sure.
Quick access inventory updated.
Mummy! 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 Intrus! Usurpator!
Lasaneum Pace. What do you want? We are just poor farmers. We have broken no laws. They are not human.
They make good sausage. Ah, Mummy, that hurt.
We do not speak of sausages in front of strangers. My boy hunts strigoi and shapeshifters, same as you.
Not as tasty as the Blajin or the forest fairies or the...
The Padori do make an excellent stew. And why let it all go to waste? And so? What makes us different from you? We're on the same side in this war. It is humans against the rest of them, the unhumans, the lesser species. Do not judge us. Do not be so sanctimonious. The only difference between us is that they call you hero and they call us murderers. Hypocrites. We do their dirty work and they shake their heads, but they still look the other way and allow us to
kill. I like to kill. To feel the soft flesh tearing. The warm blood running.
Silvio! Not in front of strangers.
Sorry, Mummy.
You have been a bad boy. Go do your work. Go! You should be thanking us. We are helping, making things easier for all of you. Oh, it is so easy to call us evil, to call us monsters. But you cannot do anything about it. You will not. Your leaders will not. You cannot wash your hands of us. You need us. Your world needs us to do what you cannot do. You need us!
Lucrurile mărunte, plânsul. Îl fac pe Silviu fericit. Fac curnati pentru Silviu. Huh? You. Intruder. Usurper. Mummy, she's mad at you. But she says you're too strong to make sausage from. And people are not for sausages. Only unpeople. Dirty fairies. Blajin. Dirty. Dirty. Dirty.
Silvio! Puerta te frumos! You ought not to listen to him. He is not well in the head. His father had the syphilis. He was born weak. He is strong here, but not so strong here.
Mummy!
Shush, you! You are very rude to come here into our home and tell us that we are wrong in what we do. This is our home, our land, our forest, not yours. You are from the outside. Outsiders do not understand. We have lived here for many generations, and always the Demirs have served a purpose. Without us, the filthy fairies of the forest would have spread their dark magics. They would have poisoned your world. We have kept them away from your people. We have kept you safe long before you even knew they existed. Long before. Boy? What are you doing?
Mummy? The dirty animals,
They nothing. Go, boy. Go clean up that mess you made in the shed. You are not welcome here.
Take that, Strigoi. Feel the fury of my blade.
Oh, be careful, my prince.
Don't worry, my lady. You are safe, my lady, from the darkest darkness of this.
Watch out!
You think you can sneak up on me? Do you know who I am? I am the mighty Prince Dracula of Wallachia, champion of the Draculesti, and saviour of the world. Victory! I have slain all the Strigoi, my lady. I'll take my reward now.
I am not kissing you.
What? I don't want you to kiss me.
Well, I'm not.
Good.
Good.
That was serviceable, but still far from perfect. I heard that the two of you have been leaving the camp again.
He said that he wanted to show me.
She wanted me to show her.
Quiet! Just be happy that Milosh didn't find out. Yet.
He thinks he's some big hero. He keeps forgetting that he's 10 and that his sword is made of wood.
Well, you're a girl.
Girls fight just as well as boys. And he may be only 10 and his sword made of wood, but he's of the Draculesti, and he's brave. Remember this. What happened?
He wanted to show me the fireworks.
At the power station.
It was pretty, but there were monsters there also.
The mushroom things.
I see. And have you been told not to go anywhere near the power station, or indeed to leave the camp?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Go. Go! This is not good news. You never fight more enemies than you can handle. You must be brave, but not stupid. And you learn to use both the blade, the gun, and your hands. Come! The both of you, come here. All right. Now, the two of you will fight.
What?
But she's...
A girl? Do you think you'll never have to fight a girl? They come in girl as well, the monsters.
I'm not fighting him.
That doesn't matter, because I'm not fighting you.
You don't think I can beat you?
I didn't say... No.
Ow!
Sorry.
One-handed. Use the other hand for balance. It will give you more control.
Hey!
Good! The both of you. Very good. You learn quickly, and you're both clever. A good fighter is as much in here as here, You will not defeat the enemy with strength alone. You also need a good head. And the two of you make a good team. You'll be slayers yet.
So, are we ready for the trial?
I think we are. Right, Mijas?
Are you ready for the... Oh! Oh! Oh, no, no, no. Maybe one day, but not now. Oh.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. I would have beat you, though.
As if. You were lucky Mijas stopped me when he did.
I was lucky. You got lucky. I was just about to kick your scrawny butt.
Scrawny butt? Who are you to talk about scrawny? Just look at you.
Goddess almighty! You scared me half to death. Oh, shut up. You know I have good reason to be worried with what's out there. The forest is a dangerous place for humans. It was one of the last refuges of the Fae folk. When the human world wanted no more of them, they came here to be left alone. But the vampires don't respect the truce between the fairies and the outside world, and it's caused no end of trouble. The weaker ones are hunted and killed by the Vampire Queen's footmen. The stronger ones? The stronger ones, they're the ones who concern me. Instead of simply striking back at the vampires, they're killing. Indiscriminately. The Fata Paduri. They are many, and they are mad. Mamu Paduri was always a bit mad, mind you. But she kept to her part of the forest. Now... Goddess, be kind! You can't just run off like that to fight her and her brood. It's their forest, and she's tricksy. The music attracts Mamu Paduri. It's her weakness, and it'll draw her out of her lair. Try to understand. She's like a wild animal that's been hurt. She's not accountable for her actions. That doesn't excuse it, but... Please try to understand what it is made her this way. Before you put a stop to her.
What the fuck are you doing out here? Get back to work!
Apologies, Mistress Mara, but we can't do anything more.
You will continue to work until I tell you otherwise. Do you think she will be as accommodating as I have been? No. She will have you all tossed into the breach.
Every day, we lose more. The workers are getting restless. There are strange gravities. If we go on, what more can we do? We are scratching at an impossible door.
Whatever is in there, we're going to open it up and bring it out.
But Mara, it's not...
No excuses. Get it done. She'll be here soon, and she won't give any of us the benefit of the doubt.
What are you doing here? There's something you need to know. Need to see. Follow me. This is where my memory ends. Beyond this point, you're on your own. It's important that you understand. You need to see for yourself.
We fled the breach. There was an attack. Mutations, vampiric mutations, I don't exactly... I didn't recognize the morphology, and, they were led by what could only be a pure-blood vampire, possibly a true queen, although we have no records of...
Sit down.
Are you okay? Emma?
Don't talk to her. She'll find a way to get inside your head.
Tired.
Do not talk.
Julia, please. She's just a child.
Just a child? Just a child? Winston, she knew they were coming. For all we know, she brought them there.
Whatever you may think, she didn't bring them on purpose, Julia. They came for her. And we're the ones who opened Pandora's box in the first place. I mean, what we did was...
Is that thing on? Don't tell me you're recording this.
You need to get help, okay? Something bad is going to happen here. They're still coming for me. And I can't do this on my own.
They made me open it. And now, it's almost too late.
All the sites appear to have been hit concurrently. This was a coordinated attack on the Prometheus initiative. We believe...
The research? Our equipment? They were coming for all of it. And the subject?
Emma. Emma was most likely their primary target, but we got her out of there.
We also brought with us the most important papers and samples, but we don't yet know what they got their hands on. The self-destruct sequence was terminated. That can only be done by someone with the right codes, the right access, the right biometric readings. It was
an inside job.
Not done. Not done. The owl. Oh, the eagle. The dragon must... She's coming. She's coming.
Who? Who's coming?
She is. They are.
What's she talking about?
Emma's not been sleeping well since the incident at the breach. Her readings are all over the place, and she appears fixated on a particular sequence of words and phrases. I'm actually getting a bit concerned.
They are close to waking up. She must be stopped.
What are you talking about?
Go away! You have to stop them. They're almost through. There is a piece missing. Find the missing piece. Find the one. The fourth is the one. The one who was there, at the court of the dragon, when it all happened. Before they wake up. Before they wake up.
Jesus Christ, what was that?
I have no idea, but knowing Emma, considering what she's capable of, I have a very bad feeling about all of this.
Do you make it a habit to barge into people's homes and rifle through their most private belongings? I may be a monster in your eyes, but I still deserve to be treated like a person. I do not feed on your kind. All I ask for in return is to be left alone. I always knew this day would come. After all, you told me so. May I? Of course, he would not tell me where he concealed this. I can only assume that he felt there was no trust left between us after what I did to him. It was her. All her. Vlad Dracula was my dearest friend, and Mara used that against me, against the both of us. And then, cursing me with an eternity of regret, she made me into this. My flesh was weak, granted, but I never meant to betray his trust. He came to me before his untimely death, told me that repentance was possible, but I would have to stay here, wait for the time to come when she would rise again, and aid whoever would bring his life force back. For 500 years I have waited. All because of him. Cursed his name. I know he gave me the key to his resurrection for one reason. Not because we were still friends, it was too late for that. And not because he truly trusted me. We were bitter enemies at the end. No, he made me a part of his legacy. His prophecy. Because he knew that I am Mara's one weakness. To get to him, she risked everything and made me into who I am. I am her creation. She is my queen and my maker. And that makes her very afraid of me. Mara is merely the tip of the fabled iceberg, floating in a vast, dark ocean. But she is important. Without her, they will stumble. Do not ask me any more than that, because I do not know. I hear fragments. I read broken sentences, that is all. Whatever she is doing here, it must be stopped at once. It is beyond dangerous. We can all feel it, how close the darkness is. I cannot defeat her, of course. But I can help you get to her. And I can help you bring him back. Together, we may just have the whisper of a chance against Mara and her army.
I scented you. You were different from the others. You have the smell of honey sweet of the world tree on you. There is only madness, death black in these Carpathians. I know the scent of death well. Our kind is born into a dying breed. There is no refuge for us with wolf or man. So the young hunger for violence on any master's battlefield. If we last to be long-toothed, then the killing taste fades. We feel the call, a great moon howl, too far away from here. An elder place, where we are safe from you, and you are safe from us. I've slept many winters alone until these ones came from my skin, sent by vampire masters. When I tore out their throats, it burned on my tongue and made me sick. The madness is inside them. The killing taste is inside me. It whispers, slaughter them all. But if the leaders were culled, the pack might be spared. So the pack might still find the place where the long-toothed go.
Be good, little doggies, and get your tails over to the signal station. Don't make me repeat myself.
We are nothing so pure as a beast. Yet that is how the vampire treats our kind. Rabid animals leashed to their wars. Trophies to flay for our good skin pelts. This is all the young packs have ever known, so they submit. Are made depraved. I shall teach you history. The vampire and we are rooted from the same evil. All bastard children of Lilitu. None of us meant to belong in the natural world. We who could not cover our teeth grew lean in the wildernesses. They became fat from your cities. Still, they are deformed things with no sense, no breath, only a thin thread of control. When it breaks, the muzzle is slipped. They slaughter like us. Show them. Remind them of the baseness they share with their dogs. Reveal to the pack what their masters truly are. Then Claw and Fang will meet in killing embraces, as it must be. Blood to darken the snow. The shared blood of monsters.
Where is she? What's going on? Talk to me, buddy. What? You fought an army of vamps with magic. You've walked in the shadow world in anima form. You've talked to statues and run with fairies. So what's so weird about a grown man talking to a teddy bear? Emma's in danger. She wouldn't have sent the little guy if she wasn't. It means she was scared. Now she's vanished. This thing is all about her. All of it. She's the reason I'm here. The reason we're all here. As long as she's in danger, you and me, we're on the same team. When the mutants attacked our operations at the breach, I helped Emma get away. Her Her and the top brass, the Smiths. I couldn't follow. I had to go back, try and salvage what I could. Prepare the evacuation. These fucking mutant vamps aren't making it easy. With your help, though, I can get that bird ready to fly. As soon as I find Emma, our key asset, it's all about saving her. She's gone. But she's not dead. I know. He would know. We have to find her. We have to save her. In my dreams, when the bear talks, that's what he says. The world depends on it. Call me crazy, but I think the bear's right.
Oh, you need to leave before...
Friends of yours or friends of friends?
No. Yes, from Bucharest.
I really don't care. You're the socialite, Rada. So socialize.
What should I tell him?
Anything you want. What harm could it do? Really ask yourself, what harm could it do? It's too late to save anyone.
Do you dance? The others went back to their cabins. I haven't seen any of them for so long it feels like days. But that's just me. I lose count of how things come and go. The days, the others, the midnight visitors. All the things we've done. Markard came to speak to us at the castle. Before. He told us we'd be close to salvation here. Close to benediction, and that whatever sacrifices we had to make would bring us closer to the light, to the rising sun and the new dawn. They frighten me. These people aren't my friends. My parents made me take the morning light personality test after I got out of the hospital. That time feels so far away now, and so very small. A view from space where all around is black. I fear we will all be swallowed by darkness soon.
It's been 2 days since Julia was exposed to the corrupted anima. And while we've been able to slow down the infection, it's still spreading. We've attempted injections of undiluted, farmed anima, but so far... We knew the risk was high, going to the hot springs for samples, but it was a risk worth taking. With such a high concentration of pure corrupted anima, pure filth, we couldn't afford to pass it up. Emma.
She's dreaming. They are not good dreams.
What do you see anything?
Oh yes. Everything. The black dreams are inside her. And they are not just whispering. They're shouting. She's very strong. She's very brave. I know she doesn't like me, but...
She likes you.
Please, Winston. I know what she thinks of me. I'm just a lab rat in her head. You care. I don't blame her. She believes she's doing the right thing. You all did.
I'm sorry.
No. You're not.
I'm not confident she'll make it. The exposure was minimal, but in this form, it doesn't take much. If I could only get back out there, collect more samples, I might be able to distill it, make sense of it. The equipment is ready, everything is ready. But those creatures guarding the site are a hell of a lot worse than the vampires and half-breeds and shapeshifters. Without armed escort, it's futile. I'm also having dreams. Emma remains unaffected. She's resistant to the corruption, and not only that, she can fight it, destroy it. Her anima is massively elevated and extremely active. It's unlike anything we've seen before in any of our subjects. It's fascinating. I need to find a way to use that. She might be our final hope. The nightmares are... they're getting worse. A lot worse. Emma... I mean the subject. Emma is reacting strongly to the psychic disturbances at the site. We've been taking readings at the ruins and have confirmed there is a high degree of spectral noise emanating from what we believe to be dense subterranean pockets of corrupted anima. In layman terms, filth.
Swordes. Tenebra.
What's that?
Her sensitivity appears to be growing, and she's started picking up on everything that...
Jesus.
Tell them to stop digging.
Who? Who's digging?
The soldiers. Please, you need to stop them. The eagle killed them all. But they're still there, and they're not getting any peace. They're in so much pain. I can feel it. I can hear them screaming inside. They dug too deep.
This is a recurring theme. It appears to directly pertain to excavations at the baths. Before the breach, we found evidence of activity by Roman legionnaires around 100 AD. They were trying to reach the engine. They were way off, but close enough to be affected.
Too deep.
As far as we can tell, before the Romans were able to reach the veins, they were all slaughtered. We have to assume by some outside agency.
Sleep now.
If we can get an accurate reading of the signals that Emma's receiving...
Too deep.
It would really benefit our research. You have no idea where she is.
She vanished again. Fuck! I told you we need to restrain her.
She's a child, Julia, a child. We can't treat her like... Oh, damn it. We have a report scheduled. We'll just edit out the bits that... Emma, the subject, she's taken a walk. Again. She'll be back. The outpost is still radio silent. It's been 10 days. I think it's clear they didn't make it. But we haven't been able to verify this, given the circumstances. The camp is surrounded by that new species they were doing tests on.
They were gathering data about the filth and its effect on the mountain creatures.
We're probably the only ones left.
Their last report arrived 3 days before the attack, but the data was lacking in detail and it was inconclusive. I believe there may be more data on site, but it's a risky endeavour, given our situation.
It might be worth it. We need to understand what's happened, and there might be answers in the data. It could be the key to everything. The breach, Ground Zero, the filth, Emma... Everything that... Emma!
Where the hell have you been? Come here!
Ow! Ow! Stop it!
You know you're not allowed to...
Ow!
Emma, what are you... Emma? Emma!
You admire my collection, my library, my torture chamber. Torture, yes. For a poet writes his works in his heart's blood. In life, I was a man of the world, an hedonista in the finest company, writers, dancers, artists, a warrior prince, and his dark-eyed princess. Now, I am as a withered, dry rose, pressed in my own books, cataloguing the long, famished years. But I would suffer 500 more if it would absolve my past. I assure you, memories are more bitter than the cold, more maddening than the gale. like the vampires of Gothic tales, make the mistake of inviting them in, and they will consume you. So I buried my memories in hallowed ground. If you must know what haunts these rocky fangs and the castle perched upon them, you can dig into the snow and frozen earth like the penitent do. Or read me as a cautionary tale, and leave them where they lie, cold and dead as my soul. You at least have a choice. Finally, you're here. She protects herself well. Only with me could you pass through her barriers. I am her creation, and her Achilles heel. This is it. Beyond this point, there's no way back. She protects herself well. Stay focused, and stay with me.
You treacherous little shit.
Now that's a bit ironic, isn't it, coming from you?
I don't see how it would be. You've brought company for dinner. How considerate. I enjoy your kind. There's nothing like a good fight before a meal. I miss the opportunity to flex. I'll deal with you after. I'm thinking sulfuric acid. It's futile. I could have told you that, saved you time. There is nothing you can do to... What is that?
I brought more than present company, Mara. I also brought the past. Look. How did he put it again? The owl, the eagle, and the dragon. His words, his prophecy. He defeated you and your mistress once before, Mara, and now he will once again.
Mara, my love.
No, it's not possible.
And yet, here I am.
You're dead.
What is it they say? Love never dies.
Oh, please, spare me. You're not even real.
Real enough to destroy you.
Love never dies, right?
No, Mara. But now you will. For I am vengeance. I am your bane, and you will fall.
My head. What happened?
You fell asleep, my love, for a long time.
I had a terrible dream.
You're safe now.
So tired.
Just go back to sleep, my love. I'll watch over you.
Thank you. I love you.
And I love you, Mara. Every time.
We have to go before she comes back.
What is this? What's going on? Someone talk to me right now.
Come here!
But why? What's in it for you? You had everything you ever wanted. Infinite wealth, immortality, a legion of lovers. Me. I refuse to believe this is something our orchestrated.
Come here! There's something down there. Something old, something terrifying. I don't know what lies beyond, but it's whispering.
We were becoming friends, were we not? We treasure our friendship, your loyalty. We are so close to freedom, we don't want anything to get in the way. You will be rewarded for your sacrifices.
Go deeper. It's right over there.
Those who are merciful will receive mercy in return. Please, have mercy. Better than being a mere tool in their hands. Come on, wake up, smell the stench of betrayal. What are they trying to hide from you? Ask yourself that question. You humans are so proud of your free will. Use it. All we've done, you and your kind will regret what you've done to us. You could have had it all, but now your world will only burn.
Interesting. I can never tell with you humans what lurks beneath the surface. Free will is a curious thing. We are standing on the source of boundless power. Power that can change this world, all worlds, and bring light to the darkest places. The bonds that contain this power are weakening, and we have to be watchful. No one benefits if they are unleashed without governance. Together, your kind and mine can control and harvest this power and work to bring about the dawn of a new Earth. A new Gaia. Free will is a fickle thing. I will never understand it. Nor can I claim to understand humans. But I believe I understand you. And I believe that in time we can find an understanding. Be cautious and vigilant. Dark days are coming and you will be asked to make choices. Don't let free will blind your path.
I'm impressed. This report reads better than Twilight's slash fiction. You made the most of a bad situation out there. Keep it up and you'll become totally indispensable. Remind me sometime to tell you what happens to totally indispensable personnel. Now clearly, Orochi has been compromised from inside, which saves us so much time on setting it up ourselves. Whatever endgame they had in mind is blown up in their faces. Now they're going down like their share index. This is wide open for us to really turn the apocalypse around and be clinking mojitos when the others are still crawling from the wreckage. We're working on an action plan now. As a forward-looking statement, I'd guess it starts with Orochi's Tokyo HQ. The timelines all coincide with the Tokyo terrorist attack. The main storm, the Egypt quakes, the Transylvanian emos gone wild. It's the big one. We should have been the Gojira of that shit sooner, but the Japanese government hushed it up like champs. It's tough to make every call flawlessly. God knows I know. So, brush up on your arimasans and your damares, because when the time comes, we need to deal with Orochi and with whoever was crazy enough to start all this. These pricks need to understand. The way the world ends is when we say it ends.
Trouble never comes alone, they say. If it was only the vampires, only the thousands of vampires, we could counterattack, give them a war to remember when they are back under the cold, cold soil. But no, they have loosed their mongrel werewolves to run red and rabid. You will see these are unfortunate, mistreated beasts, not the proud wolves of legend. Do not make the mistake of sparing them your pity. It is too late for them now. Better too late for them than too late for us. I have done this before. This side of my country is a side that stays among countrymen. Yet there are also matters in which even I am inexperienced. At night, I've heard something moving through the woods down there. Crashing through the woods. It is no season for ogres or dragons. The last of them were hunted in my grandmother's time. Go prepared for anything. Today, this valley holds no safety for man or monster.
know who's behind this shit. All of it. You think it's a coincidence? Them being here? Everywhere? From day one, ground zero, it all leads back to one thing. The Arachi Group. I know you know what I'm talking about. You've asked yourself that same question. What the hell are they up to? I've been around, and I've seen what you've seen. They're everywhere, and their hands are filthy. In more ways than one. I may not have an all-access pass to the secret world, but I've picked through enough locks and peeked through enough cracks to know what's out there. Down there, in the dark. Did you know that... No, of course not. Why would you? It was your world that destroyed mine. Stole my children and my wife away from me. Murdered them. Your lies, your festering conspiracies, and your godforsaken secrecy. Doesn't matter if that band had Arachi plates. Could have been any of you guys. Wouldn't made much of a difference. Crusaders, puppet masters, engineers of chaos. You'd all get away with it regardless. You're protected. You're all part of the disease. People like me, people who see through it all the bullshit, who suffered at the hands of your gentleman's war, we're the cure. We're gonna tear it all down sooner or later. You just watch. The Arachis are behind this one, though. I sense it. Smell it. I know their handiwork better than most after 20 years of hunting. They've gone messing with things again, and this time, it's gonna turn back on them. In every way. Mark my word.
Vagula Divinia Project Field Report, Outpost 3010D, November 6th. Today we acquired human test subject from local Romani camp. Preliminary testing is underway. Initial results with adolescent subject are positive, supporting modified hypothesis. We'll attempt to acquire more subjects for the nursery. VD Type 39, development initiated.
I used to play with her. She was only 2 years older than me.
She just received her weapon. She could hit a tin can from 100 meters away. She was really good.
I don't know why she went into the forest without the adults, or why she brought her brother. That was stupid.
He's 1 year younger than me.
Hey, have you seen any kids out there? A girl about this tall?
And a boy with curly hair. He's much shorter than me. Oh.
I didn't think so. The grown-ups have been looking for many days. There's no trace of them. Neither Elenia or her brother Mika.
They've been eaten by werewolves.
Don't say that. Maybe they were captured by vampires.
Or kidnapped by ghouls.
Or by those creepy farmers. They are stupid and dangerous and evil. Milosh said so.
They scare me. I don't scare easy.
Or maybe they just got lost in the woods. It could happen.
It's pretty easy to get lost out there.
If they did, we will find them. Right?
My, you look dangerous. So dangerous. I think I would cut myself if I tried to touch you. Do not worry, I am not Orochi, but I know who you represent. Your reputation precedes you. We also know about this. These secret wars are bad enough, but when they take the children... For this, the Council cannot remain neutral, cannot sit idle. And so here I am. And here you are. We can help each other, da? I do not think we will find the little ones here. But we will find answers. This facility is abandoned, but... Such deadly toys. Shall we break them? You and I? Oh, my name. Tell you what. If when this is all over, you and I live to die another day, I will tell you my name. A good incentive, da? I spy, with my little eye, something? Ah, yes. For your eyes only, darling. It is called the nursery. Not so far from our position. It was part of a now defunct Orochi program to gather and accelerate gifted children. Children with preternatural potential. The experiments took a darker turn. Horrible surgeries, mutations, genetic manipulations. They were birthing monsters like... I'm sorry. I used to be a mother. A long time ago. We must find the little ones. The children of the Romani camp, and any others these Orochi dogs have stolen away with. The nursery is under lockdown. Go! Try to find a way inside. I will see what more information I can uncover here. Do not worry. I'll catch you up. You are too much fun. I promise. The best is yet to come.
Back away from the bear. Last time you were here, you forgot something. Somebody. Little guy wants me to trust you. He thinks you can help her. Me? I think you abandoned her when the stakes got too high. hypocritical of me to chastise you. We are thralls to the ruthless nature of the organizations we work for. I learned what they're capable of at Chernobyl in '86. It isn't easy to be one of the forgotten. You're here for the nursery? It was one of the locations where they kept her, and others like her. I thought she might be there, but when the vampires attacked the chasm, the nursery was locked down, sealed from the inside. There is only one place where it can be overridden. If you go up there and override the lockdown, there'll be troops swarming all over this valley in minutes. The corporation can't have their experiments showing up on the evening news. Emma seems to like you. You found her before. Do it again. And this time, don't forget.
Nursery lockdown is compromised. Repeat, nursery lockdown is compromised. All units converge on the nursery and secure at all costs. This supersedes all other objectives. The nursery must be sealed. Type 1 terminal authorization released. Repeat, you are authorized to kill.
That was the easy part. According to this, about 3 minutes ago, a convoy of trucks left a nearby military installation carrying enough C4 to level a small city. If you let them get close enough, they'll seal the dam. For them to get close, they'll need to reach the bridge. You can see where this is going. They'll be coming through the Baka tunnel. You'll need to get there first and wait for them. When they come through, do your best to make sure they don't reach the bridge. I've filled the tank. And take this. If you find her, she's gonna need it more than me.
Warn you that this is a trap, but I appear to be fashionably late, darling. You would look much more fetching wearing this. Quickly! Do not worry. I have left a nasty surprise for them. There is just one slight problem. If we stay here, my nasty surprise will kill us too. So, good luck. I give you the nursery. Be careful. This place, it has bad memories.
Be careful. This place, it has many bad memories. Just up ahead, I think. Emma is a key that will trip such frightful tumblers. Oh! Emma! We found you! Emma? They must have drugged her! Wake her! Quickly! Ah, we can drop the curtain on that farce now, can't we? Oh! No. Shush. There now, sweet child. You're just angry because you'd grown fond of that council spy girl. I rather liked her too. It was a pleasure. But that game is over now. And it's time to sleep. I promise, the best is yet to come. I promised you my name. There are so many names. Once upon a time, a prophet forced me to admit the 17 names I used to sow mischief. Say my name. Abeku, Abito, Amiso. Say my name. Batna, Elo, Ita, Izopo, Kea, Kali. Say my name. Odam, Kokos, Patata, Patrota, Podo, Satrina, Talto. I did tell you lies. But I am a mother. You face the descendants of some of my children. Every monstrous silhouette that haunts every legend, every myth, every night terror. They all trail umbilically back to between these legs. And I dissolved entire civilizations in the sizzling afterbirth. My body is a temple that outlasted all temples. Gods have worshipped here in blood and semen. Through me, you enter the population of loss. No things were before me, not eternal. Eternal I remain. Can you guess my final name? Lilith. Yes, your body recognizes my name because it is etched in your communal memory. In the reptilian R complex beneath your forebrain, because I encoded it there before the histories forgotten by the histories that your histories forgot. I... Time to make my egress. No, my dear. I do not expect you to die. But there is something exquisitely humiliating in the agony of a hobbled immortal. Don't you think?
No, stop. You're hurting. Stop.
Hello.
Emma!
Where the hell have you been? Come here!
Ow! Ow! Stop it!
You know you're not allowed to...
Ow!
Emma, what are you... Emma? Emma!
keep her going. We're almost through. Her power output, it's beyond our charts. There's no ceiling, or I can't gauge it. She's breaking through.
We must go deeper.
She exceeds all our tests, even beyond our secondary subject in New England. She's ready for the Carpathian project.
We're going this way.
Out the shadows whisper through the twisted corners, waiting silently for our...
No, you're not dreaming. If anyone's dreaming, it's me. And them.
There now, it's all over. You're all right.
I know.
You're a brave little girl. What's your name, honey?
Anima.
Emma. That's a pretty name.
Wake up! Anima? Anima. My name is Anima.
Emma! My sweet! My posy! I want you to come home with me. You and I are going to do such wondrous things to this world.
No, I don't want to go with you.
But I can love you, my posy. I can love you more than Gaia. love you more than black holes love the light. Emma!
My name is not Emma.
You will not choose her over me! Samael chose her! I will love you! I will hold you! I will hug the boiling viscera out of you! Come here!
With me. I'm so small. You eat stars.
You are all made of stars.
You do not belong here. The lullaby must never end. If the dream is wake, all that is, won't. I should very much like my teddy now.